Srimad Bhagavatam session. So today's session will be taken by Purushottam Pankaj Prabhu from Raghunath Das Goswami sectors. Prabhu and his good wife Shama Mataji, who has become Keshavi Priyattama Mataji. So they both have joined our circle maybe 1.5 years back. They were actually practicing devotees in Whitefield area when they moved there. So they joined our circle. Those who don't know Purushottam Prabhu's, Prabhu is actually an IT professional. He works in Infosys, as far as I know.
Yes, Prabhu.
And yes, and Prabhu has more than 15 years of IT experience. Both Prabhuji and Mataji, they joined in Krishna consciousness during Corona time. And since they were staying in Whitefield area, so they joined there. And after moving to our temple, they're part of our circle. So both Prabhu and Mataji has been very actively participating in various services of our circle. And so today is a wonderful opportunity to hear Srimad Bhagavatam from a devotee who has just got initiated. And after initiated, I think Krishna has given you the service, Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhu.
You glorify him. Last year we heard your glorification for Guru Maharaj as well. So thank you so much for taking this responsibility of glorifying Krishna. So we all are eagerly waiting to hear from you. So it's third canto. Which chapter, Prabhu?
Chapter 17, Prabhu.
Chapter 17. Okay.
We'll
So
proceed, Prabhu.
thank you, Prabhu. Please go ahead.
Yeah.
It's all
Thank you,
yours.
Prabhu. Yeah. Prabhu, firstly, I would like to thank you and Samay Prabhu for giving me this opportunity to speak on chapter 17 of third canto, Prabhu. Prabhu, is my voice audible, Prabhu? Is it coming clearly?
Yes, Prabhu. It's quite okay.
Okay. Yeah, Prabhu, let's begin with our prayers.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Agnana Timarandasya Gnananjaya Salakaya Chaksurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namah. Shri Chaitanya Manobhistam Visitam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupam Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam. नमः विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी निति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवी गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देश तारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे.
Prabhu, let me know if you're able to see my screen, Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhu. We are able to see your screen.
Yeah. So we'll proceed with this, Prabhu. Chapter 17th of third canto. It is titled as Victory of Hiranyaksha over all directions of the universe. First, just recap on this chapter 16, Prabhu. This was almost given about a month back by Shankar Pani Prabhu. In chapter 16th, Jaya Vijaya will be cursed by the four Kumaras. When four Kumaras enter Vaikuntha, they crossed all the 6 gates, but in the 7th gate, they will be stopped by Jaya Vijaya. And because they were stopped by Jaya Vijaya, they feel Kumaras feel offended and they curse Jaya Vijaya. They curse them that you will be born as demon in the material world. Lord Vishnu appears there and assures Jaya Vijaya that this was part of his divine plan and nothing to worry. He would come and he would liberate them. Actually, Kumaras will give them two choices. One is either to remain in Vaikuntha without close services, without close association of Lord, or to take birth as demon and fight Lord and return quickly. These Jaya Vijay choose the second option, hence they'll be born as first birth they'll be born as Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu, that will be in Satyuga, and then followed by Ravana and Kumbhakarna in Treta Yuga, then Shishupala and Dantavakra in Dwapar Yuga. Chapter 16 also explains why great demon appear in the history. Why great demon appear in history and how even a curse can be blessing in disguise, and it leads to Vishnu's incarnation to restore Dharma. Synopsis of chapter 17, Prabhu. This chapter describes the exploits of Hiranyaksha, who disturbed the entire universe. Both brother Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu were born to Diti and stage Kasapya. This describes and sets the stage for the divine intervention of Lord Vishnu as Varahadev. Overview of this chapter. This first sloka actually begins with the last sloka of 16th chapter, where seeing the natural disturbances that were occurring throughout the three planetary systems, demigods will approach Lord Brahma as to know the reason why there is so much of darkness and all the bad omens that are appearing in the three planetary system. That is the beginning of this chapter, and from sloka 2 to 14 describes about all the bad omens that were occurring all the three planetary systems before the birth of these two demons. And then sloka 16 and 17 talks about Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu. From sloka 19 to 26 talks about conquest of Hiranyaksha. And then sloka 27 to 30 describes how Hiranyaksha humbles Varuna, he insults Varuna Dev. And then finally, last sloka of this chapter, Varuna will direct Hiranyaksha to fight with Lord Vishnu. The four basic necessities of life and fear in this material world and importance to seek higher guidance. Now let's see on this one. There are four basic necessities of life, like eating, sleeping, mating, and fearing. Everyone eats. Everyone needs food to survive. Sleeping, similarly, rest is required by everyone. Everyone reproduces. That is common even in human as well as in animals. Defending and fear of danger and is everywhere. Even demigods who are much more powerful than humans also experience fear. This shows that no one in this material world is free from anxiety or fear, no matter how higher the position is. For example, even billionaires, film stars, or politicians, they have everything: money, power. They have everything: money, fame, power. Yet they suffer from stress, anxiety, and fear of losing their wealth, fame, and power. Similarly, kings and rulers, they have big armies, yet they are always in fear and anxiety that enemies can attack them. This proves that fear is present everywhere in this material world, in all the three planetary systems. But there are difference between demigods and human. Even though demigods and human feel fear, there is a major difference between them. Demigods always approach higher authority when they face problem. On the other hand, humans try to defy authority and end up in more problem. Let's see a bit more on this one. When all the demigods saw that the entire world was covered in darkness and there were so many bad omens that were appearing, they immediately approached higher authority Brahma, asking for the reason as to why this is happening. Then Brahma says them that this is because the two gatekeepers of Vaikuntha, Jaya Vijaya, have been cursed by the four Kumaras, that they will be born as demons. And they'll be assured that there's nothing to worry, though they'll be great demons, they will be killed by Lord Vishnu. With this assurance, they return back to their abode. So on the other hand, when humans tend to defy authority and end up in more problem. We try to solve the problem with our own with our own intelligence, and we end up in more and more problem. Let's see more about fear and surrender. A similar situation happened to Arjuna on the battle of Kurukshetra. He, seeing his relative standing in the opposite side, in the Kuru side, grandfather Guru and his relative Arjuna was believed. He was in total anxiety to fight against them. There, Arjuna, being totally distressed, he surrendered to Lord Krishna, and after receiving spiritual knowledge, he will be victorious in the battle. Similar story of surrender we can see in Gajendra Moksha, which is further described in 8th Canto, chapter 3rd. Gajendra, with his wife and relatives, he will be enjoying in water in the celestial world, where a fearsome crocodile will attack him. Gajendra will fight with crocodile. This fight will go on for almost 1,000 celestial years. In order to save himself, he could not, with his own power or even with the help of relatives and demigods, Gajendra could not win the battle against the crocodile. Then what he does is he finally surrenders to Lord Vishnu. He prays to Lord Vishnu for his help, and then Vishnu will come and he will save him from the crocodile. Prabhu, this Gajendra Moksha story analogy Prabhupada has given wonderfully. This I read in chapter 50 of Prabhupada Leelamrut, where Prabhupada it describes it that crocodiles are like Maya, and he equates for us as Gajendra, and he says that if we interact more with materialistic people, our mind will get polluted and we'll start contemplating more on material pleasures. With that, what happens is we will be not doing our sadhana properly, our chanting will reduce. When this happens, Maya can attack us. On the other hand, how to overcome this situation? He says if we are always in association of devotees, we'll be always contemplating of serving the Lord. When we are serving the Lord, there are less chances of Maya getting attacking us. This is this is how Prabhupada describes Gajendra surrender to Gajendra's moksha. In his analogy, he has given this. Now let's also see about Draupadi's surrender. In the Kuru Sabha, when Draupadi was being disrobed, initially she tried to save herself with her own power. When Dushasana was overpowering her and she could not save herself, she totally gave up and she surrendered to Lord Krishna. Folding her hands, she started praying Lord Krishna. And we know how Lord Krishna protected her from being disgraced. This we can see. This was Draupadi's surrender to Lord Krishna. Our scripture gives the surrendering histories of great devotees such as Bali Maharaj, Amrish Maharaj, and Prahlad Maharaj. They are our role models and surrendering process. Now, for a brief, I would like to discuss on this Arjuna surrender to Krishna. This is a classic case study which is taught even in many business schools. From being totally disillusioned, dejected, how he becomes not wanting to fight the war, how he, with the knowledge he receives from Krishna, it transforms him, and how he becomes victorious in the world and is the hero of the world. From journey of dejected to become a hero, let's just briefly go through this one. The five reasons where Arjuna initially gave not wanting to fight the war. First reason he told was compassionate. Seeing his grandfather, guru, and relatives standing in the opposite side, in the Kuru side, he says, how can I fight them? How can I kill them? Second reason Arjuna gives is enjoyment. Even if I kill all my relatives, how can I enjoy this kingdom if I receive after killing all them? Then the third reason he gives is sinful reaction will overcome us if I kill all my relatives and my guru. And the next reason he gives is the destruction of dynasty. He says if the entire family is, if the dynasty is destructed, the entire family is vanquished, thus resulting in irreligion and irregularities. When irreligion is prominent, women of the family becomes polluted, and from the degradation of womanhood comes unwanted pregnancy, and this results in not following the proper samskara and family dharma. The final reason he gives for not fighting is indecision. He says, should I kill the sons of Dhritarashtra, or it is better to be killed by them? Lord chastises Arjuna in these two slokas, Bhagavad Gita chapter 2, 2.2 and 2.3, wherein Lord says to Arjuna, how have these impurities come upon you at this hour of peril? This is not befitting a person like you. This will bring disgrace to you. You being Kshatriya, you cannot refuse to fight. And he says, so get up and fight to establish dharma. Hearing the chastise of Lord Krishna, Arjuna, like he'll be totally bewildered. He will totally surrender to Krishna in sloka chapter 2, sloka 7, where he will accept Lord Krishna as his guru, completely surrendering to Lord. Lord Krishna gives then him spiritual wisdom, Bhagavad Gita, after which Arjuna becomes fearless and victorious in the battle. This teaches us that whenever we face challenge, we should seek guidance from seniors instead of acting impulsively on the basis of our limited knowledge. How to apply in our life? Fear is natural, but wisdom removes fear. When we see ourselves in trouble, we should not panic, rather seek guidance from right source such as elders or senior devotees. People today reject advice of wise leaders and scriptures. They try to follow their own desires, generally leading to distress, failure, and more problems. When in distress, spiritual guidance always brings peace. Just how demigods trusted Brahma and Arjuna trusted Krishna, we should seek divine wisdom of Shastra, or at least seek guidance from our senior devotees or seniors when we are in difficult or in anxiety. Vedic wisdom. Prabhu, let's now take little. I'll tell just couple of story overview and we'll just discuss on this one. Story of Amrish Maharaj. Amrish Maharaj was an king in Ishwaku dynasty, in the same lineage where Lord Ramchandra was also born. In fact, Amrish Maharaj comes much before Lord Ramchandra. He is the son of Mandata. Amrish Maharaj, along with his wife, for one full year, he'll do the fasting of Ekadashi. When we say Ekadashi fasting, it's not that once in 15 days he was doing Ekadashi. Every day it was like an Ekadashi for him, where he never used to eat grains. He used to fast only on either liquid or in fruits. For one full year, he does this fasting, and then he wanted to break this fast during the month of Kartika. For 3 full days he will fast, and then he'll bathe in and he wanted to do parayana. He will go bathe in Yamuna river. He will do abhishek of Lord Krishna. He dresses him nicely. For all the brahmanas present there, he will give gold, dakshina, prasadam, everything. At that time, Durvasa Muni will appear. Durvasa Muni, Amrish Maharaj welcomes Durvasa Muni. He respects him. He offers him dakshina and all, and he offers him to have prasadam. Durvasa Muni will say to Amrish Maharaj that he would first like to go and bathe in Yamuna before breaking the fast. So Durvasa Muni will go to take bath. That time, and he'll take a long time to return back, because Durvasa Muni, wherever he goes, normally he goes with a big contingent of his devotees, like 50,000, 60,000 of his devotees will always follow him. Since it will take a long time for Durvasa Muni to come, and Amrish Maharaj will not have much time to, and this fast breaking time was appearing soon. Brahmanas in his court will advise him to take little bit of water and break the fast. It will be like breaking the fast and not eating also. This was the suggestion that was given by the Brahmanas. Amrish Maharaj will meditate Krishna on his heart, and he'll be waiting for Durvasa Muni. Durvasa Muni will come back, and he'll see that Amrish Maharaj has already drank water without waiting for him. He'll become extremely angry on Amrish Maharaj, and he'll shout at them, "You have cheated me, you have not waited for me, and you have had your prasadam." So in anger, what Durvasa Muni will do is he'll pull hair from his head, he'll throw on the ground, and from that a great demon will come. The demon will be very huge, almost like fire. And when he walks, the earth will be trembling. With a trident in his hand, he will move ferociously towards Amrish Maharaj to kill Amrish Maharaj. Amrish Maharaj, even seeing the demon, he'll not panic, neither he'll run away. He'll stand very peacefully there praying the Lord. Then suddenly, if all of a sudden, there Sudarshan Chakra will appear. He will first kill the demon, and then it will start chasing Durvasa Muni. Durvasa Muni, to escape Sudarshan Chakra, first he'll run to Brahma in the higher planetary system, requesting Brahma to help him from Sudarshan Chakra. Brahma will tell that Lord Vishnu is very powerful. In fact, he is my master. I cannot do anything. I cannot save you. Then next, Durvasa Muni will go to Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva will tell him that Vishnu is very powerful. I cannot do anything. If you need protection, you have to go to Vishnu only and seek protection. Durvasa Muni will then go to Vaikuntha and request Lord Vishnu that you are the protector of the universe. I'm surrendering to you. I'm sorry that I offended your devotee. Please help me save from your chakra. Then Vishnu will tell him that I love my devotee and devotee love me. Because of this loving relation, I am always under the control of devotee. If you want to be saved by this chakra, Vishnu Sudarshan chakra, you have to go and ask forgiveness from my devotee only if he pleases can you be forgiven. Then Durvasa Muni will come back to Amrish Maharaj asking for forgiveness. By the time this happens, because of time lapse, almost 1 year would have passed. Amrish Maharaj will be still waiting for Durvasa Muni without even breaking his fast. And when Durvasa Muni comes, he will Amrish Maharaj will embrace Durvasa Muni and pray to Sudarshan Chakra to forgive him. This is, and then Durvasa Muni would be saved. Next, a brief story I would like to tell about Prahlad Maharaj. Prahlad Maharaj, right from the childhood, he'll be a very wonderful devotee of Narayana. He'll always be praying Om Namo Narayanaya. On the other hand, his father Hiranyakashipu wanted everyone to worship him. Seeing him that his son is a devotee of Narayana, not his, he'll be very very angry. And to change Prahlad Maharaj's mindset, Hiranyakashipu will send Prahlad Maharaj to Shukracharya's son's ashram, Shaku and Amarka. Shaku and Amarka will be unable to break the strong determination of Prahlad Maharaj. In fact, in school, Prahlad Maharaj will start teaching others, kids also, on the importance of devotion to Lord Narayana. When all efforts of Hiranyakashipu to change the mind of his son went in vain, he gets very angry and decides to kill his own son. But each time Hiranyakashipu tries to kill Prahlad Maharaj, Lord Vishnu's magical hand will come and protect him. Finally, Lord Nrsimhadev will appear and kill Hiranyakashipu. Life lesson we learn from these two stories: we all face challenges in our life. At such time, relying on Vedic wisdom and connecting with the Lord helps to overcome the difficult situation. The above story emphasizes the power of pure devotion to Lord and the importance of unwavering faith in God. Even in the face of adversity and difficult situation, we should always remember Lord. Like how Amrish Maharaj and Prahlad Maharaj did. There was so much difficulty, but they were surrendered to Lord and they were protected by the Lord. Now let's see one. Let's go through one short story about the extreme and the story of Ravana. Ravana, after kidnapping Mother Sita, everyone, including his wife, mother, father, brother, father-in-law, Bali Maharaj advises Ravana to return back Mother Sita to Ram and to fall at Ram's feet and to seek forgiveness. It is also said that all the Navagrahas were always standing in Ravana's darbar, folding his hand in front of Ravana, and they'll be always standing in front of Ravana in Ravana's darbar. Seeing this, Ravana will get more. He'll be totally. He'll be puffed up in arrogance and pride. That Devi Devtas are always standing in front of me, begging for me. Why should I bow down to a normal human being like Lord Ram? Considering Lord Ram to be an ordinary human being, he'll reject the advice of his seniors and to take shelter of Lord Ram. He'll fight the battle with Lord Ram. Lord Ram, ultimately he'll be killed by all his relatives and all his central time. With this, we can understand that when lust and greed overcomes wisdom, we are sure to fall down. A comparative of Prahlad Maharaj and Amrisha and Ravana. Prahlad Maharaj and Amrisha always dependent on Lord and completely surrendered to Lord, following the Vedic instruction. Ravana was always against the Lord, against the Vedic instruction and morality. Fear and surrender is universal and exists in all living beings, from human to demigods. The right way to overcome fear is to approach higher authority, just how demigods consulted Brahma and Arjuna consulted Krishna. Similarly, we must consult our guru or senior devotees when we are in fear or anxiety, or at least read the scriptures for solution. Those who ignore authority always suffer like Ravana or Hiranyakashipu. If you trust the right source of wisdom, we will always find the correct path, even in the darkest of time. Diti was very worried that her children might cause a problem to demigods. Even her husband Kashyap Muni had predicted that her twins will give great trouble to the entire world. To avoid this, she was carrying the twins in her womb for almost 100 years. She did not want to deliver such children. Only when her husband told her that her sons will be killed by Lord himself and her grandson will be a great devotee of Lord, Diti delivers the twins. When the two powerful demons Hiranyaks and Hiranyakashipu were born, nature itself reacted with great disturbance. These disturbances were terrifying and unusual, affecting not only the earth but the entire planetary system. How can Vedic practice control demonic population? But one of the Vedic practice is to have beget a good children is following the Garbhadana samskara. It is the first of the 16 samskaras in Hinduism, wherein couple expressing to have Krishna conscious children, they pray to Lord to have beget a Krishna conscious children. If Garbhadana samskara is not followed, then people will beget more of Varna Shankara, that meaning unqualified and materialistic children. Diti, the mother of two demons, was overcome by lust and forced her husband Kashyap Muni to conceive her with a child at an inauspicious time. As a result of this, child were born with destructive and demonic tendencies. This illustrates how improper approach to family life can lead to serious consequences for society. In every household, if every household follows the Vedic principle of responsible parenthood and righteous living, then virtuous and God-loving children will be born. Naturally, the world will be more peaceful. In chapter 17, even this there's a section where also discuss about how twins are during twin birth. What is the signs of twin birth? Among Hiranyaks and Hiranyakashipu, who is the elder? Because Hiranyaks was born first, whereas Hiranyakashipu was born later. Normally, the people who are born first, we think them as an elder. But our Vedic text Pinda Siddhi says that during the pregnancy of twins, the first embryo that is formed, that which gets life first, stays behind during, meaning that during delivery, that is born second. The one that is conceived later is born first. So in this case, even modern science concludes the same on theory of twin birth. This explains why in the case of two demons, Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu, Hiranyaksha, though was conceived later, was born first, whereas Hiranyakashipu conceived first was born second. At the time of before the birth of these two demons, they were terrifying, ominous signs throughout the three planetary systems. Some of them were like this: many natural disturbances took place. That is, earth trembled, mountains were shaking very violently. Fearsome animals and birds were crying very loudly. The ocean were totally agitated. When you say agitated, that means the waves were very high. Like it was like most of the time it was like tsunami kind of a thing. Sky turned totally red. These were indication that evil had taken birth. Instead of milk, instead of milk, cows started giving blood, and during rain, instead of water, pus was falling from the sky. Hiranyak's demonic mentality. Post these two demons were born, they started growing like mountains. They grew so high that the both of these they grew so tall that they were almost touching the sky. They were so big, and their body was like steel. Both Hiranyaks and Hiranyakashipu Both Hiranyaks and Hiranyakashipu were unafraid of that. They did not care for anyone. Both of them performed severe penance and got benediction from Brahma. Because of this, because of the benediction, they were totally puffed up in pride, and they got the entire three planetary system under their control. Hiranyaks took a curb and mace on his soldier, and he traveled all the universe looking for an opponent to fight. He was not only extremely strong, but was extremely proud of his strength and feared no one. Hiranyaks very easily conquered the entire planetary system, as seeing him, all the Devi Devtas ran away, leaving their abode. Then he entered the ocean, moving in the ocean for many years and smashing the waves with his mace. He finally reached Vibhavari. Vibhavari is a place where Varuna lives. This year we'll see how Varuna was humbled by Hiranyaksha. Varuna lives in a place called as Vibhavali. It is very deep. It is on the western sides of cosmic ocean. Deep inside the cosmic ocean, in the western side, there's a place called as Vibhavali where Varuna lives. Hiranyaks, seeing Varuna, falls at his feet and makes fun of him. Smiling and looking at Varuna, he challenges Varuna for a fight. Prabhupada here mentions that demonic people always challenge others wanting to occupy their property by force. Varuna somehow controlling his handwork, posting himself as weak person, told Hiranyaks that he is too old to fight and he should look at somebody a worthy opponent to fight with him, and he directs him to Lord Vishnu for a fight. He says that only Vishnu is a appropriate person, powerful enough to fight with you. Real world facts. Demonic approach. Throughout history, we see that many kings, rulers, and even modern leaders who seek to exploit resource not only for their own luxury while ignoring the welfare of people. They pass down this mindset to their family members and training them to accumulate wealth and power at any cost. On the other hand, godly people but truly wise people use their talent, resource, and influence to serve others and uplift the society in general. Great spiritual personalities like Prahlad Maharaj has taught us the real goal of life is to engage everything in the service of God rather than for selfish enjoyment. Why demigods and devotees face problem? We may have a question that why demigods and we devotees face problem in life. One question is that how could Lord allow demigods to face such problem, even considering that even they are sincere devotees. The point is that even though demigods are highly elevated, they are still affected by material desires. Thus, Lord allow great demons and other calamities to periodically disturb them, so that they'll be humbled and take shelter of Lord. Difficult situation. We should see difficult situation as Lord trying to shake us off, so that we revive our bhakti and we advance in our bhakti, revive our Krishna consciousness, and go back to Godhead. Another lesson we learn is that perhaps problems can be solved by approaching higher authority, just as Arjuna, Amrish Maharaj, and Gajendra did. Conclusion with real life example. Hitler and Mahatma Gandhi. Hitler, like Hiranyakashipu, believed in supremacy. He thought of conquering the entire world, leading to destruction and suffering for the entire masses. On the other hand, Mahatma Gandhi followed the path of peace and non-violence without engaging in war. Alexander the Great wanted to conquer the entire world and rule over the world. On the other hand, Gautam Buddha renounced his royal life to seek spiritual enlightenment, emphasizing on inner peace over the worldly power. Similarly, Bharat Maharaj, he renounced the royal throne of Ayodhya as he only wanted to serve Lord Ramachandra. Hare Krishna Prabhu. In next chapter, we'll see the divine intervention of Lord Varadev.
So you can stop share.
Prabhu, 1 minute. Prabhu, I've stopped sharing, Prabhu.
Yes. Okay. So thank you, Prabhu. Thank you for taking us through this thing. You'd quote many nice examples of surrender and giving the examples of Ravana and Amrish Maharaj. So very wonderful analogies you took us through. So anybody has any question or comments?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Danda Pranam.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, Danda Pranam.
Prabhu very beautifully took the class with nice examples. These are very straightforward examples Prabhuji was quoting. Although we have heard these pastimes many times, usually we forget. When there is a problem, when there is a challenge in life, we try to, at least I try to solve myself and take action. So Prabhu emphasized that point and made it so clear. All the we are experiencing again and again. Whenever we surrender to Lord, it is taken care. But unfortunately, because of demonic mentality, I tend to take action myself. But it's so great that the devotee is reminding this, that you surrender to Lord. It's very simple, and solution will come easily and freely. That's really wonderful. So many examples he also connected scientifically. So it kind of because of our unfortunate scientific mind, many times we find it difficult to surrender to the Lord. But Prabhu's emphasis on these points help to surrender very fast. So thank you so much, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Dandavata Pranam.
And Prabhu also at the end he said also that we end up suffering because of that, right? So why the problems comes is that because we are just not depending on the Lord, not depending on Guru, and not depending on what to say, senior Vaishnavas. So we try to end up doing ourselves, endeavor, all the endeavor. So very nice examples Prabhu gave that
Yes, absolutely.
all the content was around that how to practically apply this thing. That's I really liked about the session.
हरे कृष्णा प्रभु जी, धन्यवाद प्रणाम।
Krishna Mataji,
प्रभु जी की क्लास बहुत ही सुंदर थी और थ्रू आउट शुरू से लेके एंड तक इतने सारे एग्जाम्स प्रभु जी दे रहे थे कि हम इतने सारे पास टाइम्स में जा रहे थे, उनसे लर्निंग तुरंत की तुरंत हमको मिल रही थी। इट्स सच अ वंडरफुल। और मैं ये सोच रही थी कि इतने मतलब कितना प्रभु ने रिसर्च किया होगा, प्रिपेयर कितना अच्छा किया होगा,
preparation was too good.
और कंटिन्यूअसली प्रभु जी बोलते जा रहे थे, बताते जा रहे थे।
No, I think content was prepared with so much of effort. I was wondering, because I also prepare for Bhagavatam sessions, so it is very, it requires, we have to go through various things, and that thought process should come that how to link that material. So very nice.
एक चीज बहुत ही अच्छी लगी कि जब भी हम परेशानी में हो, कुछ हो, तो जो हम लोग नहीं करते हैं यूजली अपने सीनियर से एडवाइस लेना।
Yes, I agree.
It is a very big takeaway point कि whenever you are in a ऐसी सिचुएशन में हो तो हमें हमेशा अपने सीनियर्स का एडवाइस लेना चाहिए, तो हम बाहर निकल सकते हैं। थैंक यू सो मच प्रभु जी फॉर अ वंडरफुल सेशन।
And this has happened in Bhagavatam time and again that, Devatas and, anybody who has been in trouble, they have approached the seniors. For example, we hear that Krishna or Rama both time that, Devatas approach Brahma. So it's a very important lesson that, we should. And I shared this, I don't know, I think in temple when we had Guru Maharaj glorification, I had shared this pastime that, once when I met Guru Maharaj, and I don't know, okay, time is there, so I can tell that story. That, we went to, I had left Cognizant, my job at Cognizant, and I was facing some difficulty over there. So I left the job without having any other job in hand. And it's not that I was expecting a blessing from Guru Maharaj. It was just timing was like that there was a Bhakti Viksha convention, which was happening in Mayapur. So Shivas Prabhu has taken all the Bhakti Viksha leaders to Mayapur that time. And we attended the convention. It was a 2 or 3 days. I don't remember. It was 2 days or 3 days convention. And so in the evening, as usual, Guru Maharaj was giving darshan at the Lotus building top. So we went there and, to have darshan. And surprisingly, it was not very crowded because I think it had happened somewhere in July or August. It was not a very, very odd time. It was a little bit odd time, so it was not so very crowded. So we met, and I think there were 15, 20, 30 people were there. So, so when we went and met Guru Maharaj, then Shivas Prabhu introduced me saying that, he's your disciple, Premdata Chaitanya. So, and then he thought that to get me blessings, he told that he has lost his job. So can you bless him? So Guru Maharaj looked at me and then he asked Shivas Prabhu. He looked at Shivas Prabhu and has he lost the job or he has left the job? So Shivas Prabhu looked at me and then I had told, no Guru Maharaj, I left my job. Okay, so then he immediately told, did you write to me? Very politely he said, did you write to me? And I felt quite embarrassed because when we file our initiation papers, we write that any important decision I will take, I'll write to Guru Maharaj. So then I felt quite embarrassed and I said no, sorry Guru Maharaj, I didn't write. Okay, so then he took 1 or 2 more seconds and then he said, I'm responsible only for my disciples' spiritual progress, not for their material progress. And so like, it was like a striking statement. So then we both were still on the floor, just bent, and like, we were looking at Guru Maharaj. And then he asked his servant to give the Jagannath stick, and he kept the Jagannath stick on my head, and then it was not unusual like what he touches one by one. It was like he kept for at least for a few seconds. It was like as if he is meditating upon that. And then and then he turned and he left that. So, when Purushottam Prabhu was telling about this, so I was just relating to it that, even our Guru Maharaj expects us to, at least minimum to write if we are not taking his advice, or if we are not able to get, many times we write and we are not able to get response because of this thing, but at least we can write. And in one of the question which was asked by some devotee to Guru Maharaj, then one question was specifically asked, are the temple presidents are your representatives? And somebody asked that if any of your disciple I am following as a Shiksha Guru, this what happened earlier. So can I take that as your instruction? So Guru Maharaj, in both the cases, yes, you can. If you are not able to reach out to me, you take advice from the temple president. Or in that case, the temple president question, he told, yeah, he's my representative. This happened in Madurai only. I think many of you must have heard this question. And one of the earlier instances where Guru Maharaj told that any of your Shiksha Guru or temple presidents or senior disciple of mine, you can go and take advice if you are not getting answer from me. So many times in our life, I look back and I even being in Krishna consciousness, as Rajeshwar Prabhu was saying, sometimes we don't, want to, like, we still have that conditioning. We still have that ego that, oh, what is that? I'm more experienced than, many times, sometimes it happens that our Shiksha Guru would be younger than us. In my case, it was the case because Shivas Prabhu is by age is younger than me. So it initially took me some time to digest that I have to go to take advice from him. But over the period of time, I learned that, and this thing that, because whenever he gave any advice, I felt it was coming from Guru Maharaj directly, because of Guru Maharaj's health, we cannot approach him directly. But it was whenever I asked any question to Shivas Prabhu, I always got that related answer to Guru Maharaj's lecture, or in some of the question answer sessions around that time, same answers will be coming. So I realized with that point that, see, because Krishna is there as Paramatma within our heart. So is Krishna is going to direct through a guru or a senior disciple or a senior devotee or Shiksha Guru. So we have many Vaishnavas around us. So it doesn't need to be. We should find some good thing. It doesn't need to be, or sometimes people think that, oh, it's circle servants, or they create like that kind of aura around them that they want people to come to them. No, you may take advice from any senior Vaishnava whom you feel trusted, whom you feel you have faith in. But we should go with the faith. Many times what devotees do is they will go to 10 Vaishnavas and they will ask the same question, and whoever will give answer which is convenient to us, then that devotee will take up that this thing. So that may be little challenging, because we should have faith in one or two Vaishnavas, and then we should go them and take advice from them. Or if we are fortunate enough, because here everybody is not Jayapatak Maharaj disciple. There are many people who are aspiring from different gurus as well. So if you have access to guru, you can directly ask question. That's the best thing actually, and you can approach and you get the answer to our question. And many a times some other senior Vaishnavas or sannyasis, they come to our temple or any programs. We can ask them as well many a times, if we have access to them, or in public classes, we can general questions we can ask, and then we get the answers. So what the whole point I think Purushottam Prabhu was trying to make is that, we should have faith in Krishna. We should have faith in devotees, that, it's all a game of faith. It's all, how much faith we have in Krishna, how much surrendered we are. Prabhu told the story of surrender as well, Draupadi's surrender. So it is all, it's our surrender and Krishna is going to reciprocate. Ye yathamam prapadyante tam tadhav bhajamyam. Whatever is our level of surrender, accordingly Krishna reciprocates. So if we are in trouble, we are in difficult time, we all want answer, we should sincerely pray. Many a times we get the answers in some of the lectures which we are hearing around that time. For example, we have some question and we pray to Krishna that please give me the answer to this. And maybe next day you will hear some random lecture you will hear, but you will get the answer. Maybe in question answer section or in lecture, there would be answer to that question. So it's it's all ultimately faith. So Rup Goswami also is saying, no, Adau Shraddha Sadhu Sangha Bhajan Kriya Anartha Nivriti. After that, what happens is there comes the stage of Nishtha. So our Komal faith, which is a very soft Shraddha, soft faith, it has to consolidate to the Nishtha stage. So for that, what we have to do is Sadhu Sangha, Bhajan Kriya, Anartha Nivriti. These stages we have to cross. So there is no shortcut in a devotee's life. And I think Purushottam Prabhu was giving very nicely. He was telling that, the point is that we more and more we surrender and more we see the reciprocation from the Lord. So I think this point I really liked about the session was that, and I have practically, seen this happening, that Vaishnavas and Guru, if we are able to get the answers from, those are always good for us. And I have seen with my experience also that couple of instances where I took the advice and I didn't follow that advice. And I had to repent that I should have followed. Maybe at that point of time, our mind does not allow us. No, it is not. It's not like that. I think he is giving advice, keeping his own experience in mind, but it is not applicable to me. But ultimately, if we have that much faith that a Vaishnava or is giving the advice, he's the representative of Guru, whatever he's giving is coming from directly from the mouth of Guru, or he is the representative of Krishna. Guru is representative of Krishna, whatever he tells. So it really helps to smoothen our spiritual life. So never ignore that aspect of bhakti in our life. Always be around Vaishnavas, as Purushottam Prabhu was saying. Devotees association will keep us very much protected in our bhakti. So I really like some of those points from Purushottam Prabhu's class that, we should be surrendered, and how Lord protected Amrish, how Lord protected Prahlad, how Lord protected other devotees. So Krishna takes care of devotees. Okay, any other question or comments?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dhanush.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Dhanush ma'am.
Wonderful class by Prabhu. As much we have seen Prabhu and Mataji both are like we have seen them, the qualities of Vaishnava which are there, how humble they are, and through the class also it was visible. So also Prabhuji, like you mentioned, no, and that Guru Maharaj is telling like you can talk to my disciples. Just to add on to that, surely like in few days back we just got a lecture from like a small video of Guru Maharaj in which he was telling like I need help from my great grand disciples and disciples who can help me who are coming new so they can help them. So we have got like you very like because Prabhuji, it's good like we can connect to temple brethren, that is also, but sometimes we hesitate. So circle leader and those who are like we feel like your grand disciples of Guru Maharaj, so you can help us very nicely. And through that Prabhuji Purushottam Prabhuji has also explained like how to discuss, and this thing is very good because we correct only we hesitate many times. क्या करना है क्यों पता है प्रभु जी को छोड़ो हम खुद ही हैंडल कर लेंगे बट मेनी टाइम्स द थिंग्स बिकम वर्स एंड वी कांट डू एनीथिंग इन दैट बट and like Rajshekar Prabhuji was telling, we read Prabhu, we see like, अरे ये तो सतयुग में हुआ था, ये तो द्वापर में हुआ था, अब थोड़ी होगा. So that things come in the mind, but like you say, keep reading, keep reading. जब हम बार बार पढ़ेंगे और ऐसा करेंगे, so it will come. And surely Prabhuji and Mataji both are whenever we talk to them, uh, I think from past 6 to 7 months we know them in initiation time also very humble, and that thing is like really progressing. And as you told, like after initiation just getting this mercy, it is very very wonderful, Prabhuji. So thank you so much, Premdata Prabhuji and Purushottam Prabhuji, for wonderful explanation. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Mataji, for your kind words.
Any other question or comments? Okay. So before we thank Purushottam Prabhu, I would like to say that tomorrow we have Prasadam serving Seva for all those devotees who are in Bangalore are requested to come for the Seva, Prasadam serving Seva, and also participate in Sunday feast. I don't want, since today time is there, I would again utilize this time to emphasize the fact that, don't miss Sunday feast. Don't underestimate Srila Prabhupada's, intelligence when he has created something like Sunday feast. There is some reason behind it. So by constant association, meeting devotees, having darshan, spending some quality time in temple with devotees, it's very, very important that we minimum, Prabhupada has told us every day, but okay, in today's life, I don't know how much practical that is, but at least on Sundays, if we come, devotees, we meet, discuss, share, hear Krishna Katha directly. We keep hearing from YouTube nowadays, so we are turning slowly into impersonalists. We feel that, okay, at least we have the liberty, whatever we want to hear, we can hear. But that's not the case. We should hear from a Vaishnava at least a day, weekly, once a week from a Vaishnava, and do service. Service is very, very important. If we want to progress in Krishna consciousness, we should do services. So service is one thing which basically clears our ego, false ego which we have. Most of us are Krishna's mercy doing well in our life, so we are always being pampered outside the world, because thinking whatever, I am a big boss, I'm working in so many places and all those kind of things. But ultimately, unless and until we are humble. So one of the first thing which Bhaktivinoda Thakur says about 6 angas of Sharanagati, first thing is he says is humility. So humility, if we have to develop, we have to do service. So please don't miss the opportunity of doing the service tomorrow. We have Prasadam serving Seva. So please don't miss it. Before that, as we close, we would like to wholeheartedly thank Purushottam Pankaj Prabhu for taking this brave step of, taking the class of Srimad Bhagavatam, preparing so well. So much content was there in the slides. It actually took us to many pastimes of the Lord. So thank you so much, Prabhu, for all the endeavor. And
Thank you, Prabhu, for giving me opportunity.
Thank you, Prabhu. Before I'm just seeing the message from Archana Mataji. Sorry, it disappeared. What is that? It says that today is my son's birthday. Please bless him. Mataji, so it is Raghav Prabhu's birthday or
Dhruv Prabhu.
Dhruv Prabhu's birthday? Okay.
Younger one. So, Prabhu, just now I heard from you that we should share with Vaishnavas and our senior leaders everything which is happening in our life. Though I am little reluctant all the time, hesitant you can say, but today I just heard, so I thought of asking for blessings, and Vaishnavas' blessings are very priceless, as we know. So I thought today I should ask for this. Thank you, Prabhu.
So Mataji, we wholeheartedly, from all the devotees who are present here, we wish Dhruv Prabhu a very, very happy Krishna conscious birthday. We sincerely pray that Dhruv Prabhu, like your other son Raghav Prabhu, both of them become wonderful devotee and they contribute, because if these kind of talented, qualified youngsters, if they come to movement, then our chances of our movement spreading is very high. So we need the youngsters. So we just pray that they both do materially very well in their lives, as well as they both become spiritually also very wonderful devotee. They take up Krishna consciousness and spread this movement. And together with that, we also thank Purushottam Prabhu for wonderful session. So we'll chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra 3 times for both of them, one for Dhruv Prabhu and thanking Purushottam Prabhu. And with that, we'll end today's session. So let's recite Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama, Hare Rama, Rama
Rama
Rama, Hare
Rama
Hare,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare